Welcome to Once Upon a Real Life with Belle. This podcast is proudly supported by our friends at ActiveFlex, the Australian family-owned and manufactured gel designed for long-lasting relief of sore muscles and joints. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a comment so you never miss an episode and can join in the conversation. My guest today, her name is Samantha. She's lived a life in foster care, the juvenile justice system, and addiction. But what stands out for me is how she's turned it all around. Samantha has rebuilt her life from the ground up, starting her own thrift shop, something close to my heart. It's called the Thrift Avenue in Wollongong, and she's created a brand new chapter filled with hope, purpose, and second chances. Her story today is real, raw, and powerful. And trigger warning here for listeners. A reminder that no matter where we've been, it's where we're going that really defines us. Welcome, Samantha. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Hello.
So, Samantha, you reached out to me on the back of Molly's episode a few weeks ago, and I must admit I had so many emails and so many messages, but yours really stuck out to me. Your story really got me. The story of recovery is what kids in care need to hear. It surprised me how many listeners to Molly's episode were actually children in care or people who have aged out of care. The listeners were saying to me, Molly is me. That is what happened to me. That's my story. I feel seen. And so I was blown away by the amount of people that shared their journey, and you were one of those. Samantha, thank you so much for being here today.
That's okay. Thank you.
So let's start a little bit with your life. Tell me about your early years. Where have you been, Samantha?
My early years, how early we talking? Like,
it is
what age?
Completely up to you. So did you live with your family in your early years?
Yes. So I lived with my mum when I was a baby, but that wasn't the best situation. So my nana and my dad took me, I think I was like 6 months, and took me to their house. They brought me up until I was about 7, but I was in foster care. So I was going to families on the weekends to give my nana and dad a break.
So can we say that's kinship care? So you were under the guardianship, but in the placement of family.
Yeah. And then basically, like, I was a rough kid. Like, I used to like yell, scream, cry, be very emotional. I had to go to behavior units. I wasn't very good at school. But yeah, so when I was 7, I got taken away from my nana. I think I was 6 turning 7. I got taken away from my nana because she was getting too old, but they done it the wrong way, and they showed up, and I ran up a tree down the street. They got me down, and I ran back to my nana's gate, and I held on, and they pulled me off, and they took me and my sister, and I didn't know I was leaving my nana forever. So that's a little bit of it.
How were you younger or older than your sister?
My sister, she was older. My sister's 31, and I'm 27, turning 28.
So nobody told you that you were being removed?
No.
Was Nana aware that you were being removed?
I think so, but because I was young and out of control, I don't think she wanted to tell me because she couldn't handle it because she was really old.
Did you remain with your siblings when you were removed?
No, my sister went to a really nice house. I went to multiple houses after. So yeah, we didn't stay together.
And what was the home like that you went to?
Oh my goodness. So I went to, this was all in 1 year of me leaving my nana. I went to a family that I hardly remember. They kept me for a couple of days, but I was way too much for them. Then I got moved on to another family where if I didn't eat all my food, I didn't do the dishes, or I didn't do anything, they used to chuck me in my room, lock the door, and take my only teddy away that my nana gave me. So that was a bit of a rough one there.
You're with carers that are very strict, and then repercussions that are traumatic by putting you in your bedroom, locking the door, taking your only connection to your nana. That is absolutely a form of psychological abuse.
Yeah, It was rough.
So little Samantha, how long did she live in that house for?
I think maybe a month or so, but it's a bit hard to, like, fully know because I've had to push a lot down and just, like, not remember, um, for my mental health.
That's the way that our brain protects us. So there are absolutely times in our lives that we will forget, and that's in protection mode. Where did you go next?
I think I went to 2 more. I don't really remember that, um, but after the 2, I went to another family that is of a different race to me. They weren't very nice to me. They used to just make me basically do everything. I got called that they own me, because I was a different color to them. So I was getting treated really bad. Um, that's what like, mostly remember of that one. So, yeah.
So can you just do you mind if we delve deeper a little bit into that? Samantha, are you
Yeah.
Indigenous? Do you identify as an Indigenous lady?
No, but I did do a DNA test and it said I'm 1%, but I'm Croatian and
Right.
Australian.
Okay. So you are essentially a white Australian. You don't have to name the race that you were placed with,
Yeah.
but can we say it was of Asian Oriental?
No. No.
And this is in Australia. You're living in Australia and you're
Yeah.
being racially vilified in the
Yes, perfect.
90s.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you essentially are a slave in this home. You are to do what you're told and you're a subservient.
Yes,
And how
basically.
long were we there for?
Not long at all, like, maybe a couple of months, um, but I was way too hectic acting out as someone would, getting treated like that.
I really don't enjoy when you and the two other young women who've aged out of care speak like that. It sounds to me that your wording is self-blaming. We are respite foster carers, so we have seen a lot of
Mhm.
children and we have had a full-time placement which broke down due to the fact that we are not an Indigenous family. Heartbreaking. But I'm telling you, these children, the trauma that they have, the behaviors that they have, you need to understand as a carer, this is normal. And you work with them. You don't solidify it by saying you're subservient. You need to go to your room. I'm taking your things. It's breaking my heart. And I think it comes back to the state, and I mean the country, because you're in Victoria, I'm in Queensland. The other lady 2 days ago was in South Australia. It is all the same. And foster carers are not then even today. So back when you were in care, but even today, they are not the right carers. Yes, you might have a small portion of
Mhm.
people like us that are doing it for the kids, not for the money, but the
Yeah.
poor choices of approvals in carers is
Yep.
absolutely killing me. And I think that comes down to money. I'll just be brief on this, Samantha, because this is about you and not about me. But I will say one of the submissions that I've put in to Child Safety Queensland in the commission of inquiry that's happening right now is that foster carers need to be paid a wage, a high income wage,
Yep.
which will bring amazing families forward to say, yes, I would love to stay home with the kids and take another child and be able to afford a good life and be able to raise a child with
Yep.
love. When they offer the measly $23,000 a year, that's $40 a day for a traumatized child. Not many good hearted people are going to take that on because it's hard work. It's 24/7,
Yeah, it is.
right? So
Yep.
look at the quality of people that will go, yeah, I'll take $40. Tuck them in a room. Doesn't work.
Yep.
And this is today,
No, it doesn't.
today. When we did our trainings, the quality of people around us, my husband and I were like, I don't mean to judge, but what the F?
Yeah.
Right? Rather than quality
Yep.
families taking on children. Okay,
Yeah.
as you were. As you were. So you were moved a couple of times. These were not great placements.
No. So basically after the one that says I own you family, I went to my foster mum and dad that I was there from like 7 or 8 up to 12 years old. Basically, I went to them. I hid under the bed for 3 days saying, "Do you own me?" to them. And my foster dad, Ray, he actually went under the bed for like 3 days basically and said, like, "We don't own you, like, we are here for you and stuff." And then from there, I used to swing off their hair. I used to chuck chips at them. I used to run outside, stick my rude finger up, just out of control. They did the best thing and they got me in on medication, the right one. They got me into sports. I went to like regional states, got into swimming, got into soccer, got into everything that my brain and body needed to keep me calm. And my foster mum, Barbara, she done so much stuff for me. Food on the table, food in the lunchbox, being there, going on holidays with them. Um, Even after what went crazy to like done to them, went crazy psycho, they were still there. And they're still there today for me. So very happy with that.
That is the difference I'm just saying. So Ray and Barbara are like my husband and I. We're doing it for the kids. I would have crawled
Yeah.
under that bed. I would have hung out, made a
Yep.
cubby under that bed. You make it fun. You get on the child's level. I promise
Yeah.
you that behavior changes, like you say, with sport, right? With medication, if there's an issue, with attention, with love, with safety, with kindness. So, one of our little boys, when he first came to us, we had him for 4 years and we were respite for the first 3 years. We also had him for emergency. We had him every weekend as well. Then
Yep.
he moved with us full time. In those 4 years, his behavior changed from like what you're saying, doing the finger, suck my
Yeah.
beep, uh,
Yeah.
go F yourself. You're a effing idiot. You know, this is normal behavior for a traumatized child. Do you think we got angry?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. We would just be calm. And I would say to my children, when he comes over today, you know he's going to drop the F bombs. You just ignore it. Don't even answer it. That's my job. That's my job as a carer. So then when I would hear it, so I'd let it go if I don't hear it. But if I would hear it, I would go, "Oh, mate, oh, what did you just say?" And they'll be like, "Oh, sorry." And, so I'm not angry. I'm like, "What did you say?" Like, just like, "Did I actually hear
Yeah.
that?" kind of thing. And then I tell you that behavior changes because they're not being ridden down over it. They're not being ridiculed for it. And they're
Yep.
educated in a loving way. See, that little boy also pooped his pants. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, within a week of him moving in here full time and love and care about it, he
Yep.
had stopped. All of those
Oh, that's so
behaviors
good.
stopped because you're safe. And that's what happened to you, I'm assuming. You
Yep.
felt safe with Barbara and Ray.
Yep.
They took care of your social, emotional needs as well as loved you.
Everything. Yeah.
That's what a child loves. That's what they want.
Yep. That's what we need.
Absolutely. What was next for Samantha?
Well, when I was with Barbara and Ray, I still had my nana. So my nana is my life, my love. So she was there through like all the journeys. Um, but after I left Ray and Barbara's, so at 12, I went to high school. That's where I went down. So I went to high school, started meeting like boys and stuff and wanting to run away and just be out again. I don't know why. I have no idea.
Can you try
Um,
and, if you could just put your mind back to that time,
yep.
can you confirm that everything was good at home with Ray and Barbara?
Yeah. Yeah. It was all good.
What do you think, as an adult now with a fully functional frontal lobe, what do you think the running
Mhm.
away was due to? What were you, because it's a cry for help. What was the cry? Can you pinpoint that?
I think I potentially had like my real mum issues. Like I didn't know my mum, I didn't know my dad. Um, and that was like really getting to me and I just guess I didn't want to be like at home.
So it was disconnection. It was disconnection.
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And and hormones and the memories from your childhood trauma and not being with your nana, even though you had a great placement, Bless them. The running away, where would you go? Where did you go to?
So I used to just like go out with my first boyfriend. So I used to skip school, go out with my boyfriend, go have some fun. Um, then I used to go back to Barbara and Ray's. And then afterwards, I don't know what was happening, but I left and ran away. Where did I run away? Actually, hang on. I need to start again. I didn't run away from Barbara and Ray's. I was just out of control from Barbara and Ray's at 12. Then I went to another foster place.
Okay, so pause there. How did that
Yeah.
placement break down with Barbara and Ray? What was the placement breakdown for you to be removed?
Me just being too much, like just being naughty, like skipping school, getting like drunk, I think. Hang on. I need to just think about this for a second because this is where I
Yeah,
get,
take your time.
yeah,
Confused and it'll all meld into one.
yeah,
Put yourself back
yeah,
to being 12. You're off the rails. You're, getting up to mischief. You're skipping school. Barbara and Ray obviously
yes,
are unable to support further. So they recommend a
yeah.
placement removal and change. Is that the scenario?
Yeah, I think because we were all getting angry at each other, and I just blew out and said, like, "I don't wanna be here anymore."
Right. So
To the
you wanted
yeah,
freedom that a 12-year-old shouldn't have at that point. So, then
yeah.
where were you sent? Where did you go?
I got sent to a place in Dapto, a mum and her son.
How old was the son?
I think about maybe like 40 plus.
Okay, and how was that placement?
It was good at the first, like, they got me all my new blanket, that was super duper nice, um, but just a lot of ignoring, we had separate living rooms, basically it's just weird, like, I used to sit, like, in the living room by myself for hours and hours. They used to cook me dinner, but they ate in their lounge room and I ate in mine, had their little dog with me.
So essentially you were a boarder
Yeah, basically, that's how it felt.
in a boarding home. So was there attention or check-ins or hugs, things like this?
No hugs, none of that. We went to the markets every now and then. There was verbal abuse, but that's when I was like, they didn't have my proper medication and all that stuff, so acting out in anger towards them. Yeah.
We're almost 13. We're boarding in the home. What
Yep.
next?
So I ran away from that foster care for the first like proper time, like didn't have nowhere to go, didn't have a boyfriend. I just ran away, packed all my bags, got on the train, talked to random strangers. Then I ended up talking to this lady on the train saying like, I don't know what to do, I'm homeless, saying all that stuff. And then she's like, oh, you can come back to mine. Went back to their place. So the police came and got me. Yeah.
Why would that woman take you home?
People are very kind when they're not themselves.
Was she
Like,
okay?
definitely on
Was
some she was definitely on drugs.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Okay. How long were you with her for?
Like, the night, and then I left in the morning.
Did she offer you drugs?
No, but they were smoking a lot of, like, around me.
Marijuana?
A lot of pot, that's it. Yeah, marijuana, yeah, marijuana.
Yeah, yeah. And then the police come and collect you and they take you back to the boarding house.
Well, actually, I said, "I don't wanna go back there, I wanna go to my mum and dad," like Ray and Barbara, so they took me back there. Well, actually, they didn't take me, Barbara and Ray came and picked me up.
And how was the reunion?
She was a little angry, but she was there for me. So, yeah.
Yeah. And did you feel like you were home? Did it feel home? Comfortable?
It felt like I was home, but I knew I couldn't stay
Yeah.
there.
Oh, so this was an emergency placement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in these years since you were 7, have you got your child safety officer visiting you monthly or more often?
Like, when I was that age,
From 7 to
like,
14 at the moment?
I don't really remember. Every now and then, like, I talk to him, but not all the time.
So there was no check-ins to see how you were?
No, I just yelled
No.
and screamed at him when I basically needed him.
That is exactly what happens. Yeah, I have not
Yeah.
met a out-of-home care child who can communicate with their child protection officer. They can't do it. They won't speak to them,
Yeah.
or they'll hide, or they'll scream at them, even though their behaviour toward us
Yeah.
is not like that. That's how they turn when the CSO comes. It's so traumatic. So that's another piece of the
Yep.
puzzle that's broken. The voice is not heard.
Yep.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at ActiveFlex, the Australian-made pain relief gel that helps soothe sore muscles and aching joints. For long-lasting relief, look for ActiveFlex at Chemist Warehouse or search ActiveFlex Gel online. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. If your pain persists, chat with your healthcare professional. All right. So where did you go after the emergency placement with Barb?
I got taken to somewhere near Goulburn, but it was in like a small town.
And what was that family like?
So there was like 6 kids. The mum was good. The dad drank a lot. So I used to basically just sit in my little book room with single bed and like 2 walls on my phone, and they just did whatever they had to do,
And
basically.
on your phone, did you call people? What were you doing? Were you like,
I don't know. I think I was on like when it first come out, maybe like Facebook, maybe I was texting because I had one of them like little square flip phones. So it was pink. It was so cool. Yeah.
yeah, was that a razor? No, not a razor. What was that?
I don't know.
My kids
I
wanted
had
one of
like a
those.
Barbie sticker
Yeah, I
on
know
it.
the one. Nice. Were you
Yeah.
in contact with mum and dad at all? Had you ever met your mum and dad?
No, no,
Did they want to see you?
no,
Not in the picture.
no. Well, my mum, she was just out doing stuff that she shouldn't do. My dad was in jail for like 5 years, but then he got out and had a business and stuff like that. So I was like, my dad did try and come and see me when I was younger, but it was just too hectic for my nana. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you see your nana, or were you able to call her on that pink phone?
Yeah, I talked to my nana. I saw her every like couple of months when I used to like go see her. But I think there was a long gaps of me not being with my nana or seeing her because I was like in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere, or like I was in Nowra, or I was like Canberra. I was like somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were able to cross the lines from New South Wales to Canberra?
Mm-hmm.
So with
It was
child
only
safety
like
being your
it was more of like an emergency thing. So like I went
yeah.
over there, they got me. I don't even know how I got over there, to be honest. I was with a family, the one in the middle of nowhere, and then I went to Canberra because one of the daughters had something like medical, so we all went there, and then I had to get placed in a refuge there because the people I was with, the family, he got really drunk and he said, "You're on your effing phone," got my phone, chucked it across, and then his daughter tried to fight me, and then I had to ring the person, like the what do you call that person?
Child safety officer.
Yeah, I had to call them, and I'm like, "You need to get me out of here. Like, you need to do something." So they put me in a refuge in Canberra for like a
And
night.
a refuge, is that a residential home?
Yes.
So what we call resi?
Yeah.
So a home with 3, 4 other foster children.
Yeah.
And then they shipped you back to New South Wales?
Yes. Yeah, that was a long drive.
So I'm counting
It's only 3 hours
that's
though.
number 5. That's 5
Yeah.
placements now. That's a lot of moves already. What's next for Samantha?
It's a lot of moves. So basically I went from there, I went to a meeting in Unanderra, that's Wollongong. Then they said you can't be in any homes anymore. You have to be in a refuge, resi. We're gonna take you to Nowra and you're gonna be in a refuge. I went to Nowra.
And are you 14?
13. 13 and a half.
13.
Like everything moves so quick. Yeah.
Yeah. So was the refuge safe? Did you feel safe? Did you like living there?
In Nowra?
In the refuge
The-
resi house?
First, it was so good because I had all this freedom. We could do what we want. I went to school, but then I was wagging. But after, we had a really good like head person at the refuge. Then it went down so bad. It went down so bad. Like we had a good leader to a leader that was so strict that it wasn't funny. Then that person left. Then we had another person that was like good. But then I started getting locked up from the age of like 14 up to 18
By the police?
by the police because of them.
And what were you doing for the police to take you away?
Well, basically, I turned into an alcoholic I used to go drink down at the park. Used to hang out with people. I used to do bottle runs. I used to resist, like if I get arrested for a bottle run. But then I went home. Um, they used to just sit in the office. They used to laugh at me. They used to tell me I couldn't have if I want something to eat, it wasn't the time. And I used to get really angry and I used to smash stuff. So I got arrested for a lot of that. And I was on bail. So all that mashed together, I got basically locked up.
For how long at a time were you locked up?
So my first ever one, it was 9 months and 6 months parole.
And this is simply for drinking and
Yeah,
doing a bit of trashing of the house. That's it. Drinking
right.
and doing
A,
a bit of trashing
a
of the
lot
house.
of yeah. So that was
So
but that was classing bottle runs, and when the police used to
what's a
arrest
bottle?
me,
What's a
I used
bottle
to
run?
try and find that.
What's a bottle run?
Like you go into the bottle-o and you run away. You get the bottles and run away.
Oh, so you're stealing a bottle of alcohol, yeah, or two, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so stealing alcohol,
Yeah.
drinking in the park, trashing the house, that gets you 9 months instead of rehabilitation and love and support.
Yeah.
Great
I never ever
job,
got rehab.
Date.
Yeah.
Great job. Okay, so
Yep.
those things you did are not unlike anything any 14-year-old I knew did, and they didn't live in out of home care. That's a normal behavior for some
Yeah.
children. Certainly the ones I hung out with, that is the kind of behavior they were doing. They were not traumatized
Yep.
children, yet a traumatized child who's been through absolute hell and back, still going through that, is not supported, loved, nurtured, assisted, rehabilitated. Instead, they are put into a juvenile detention centre. Great.
Yep.
Tick. Now what?
Tick. So do you want to where do you want me to go from here?
I want you to talk about the parole. Where did you go when you were on parole?
I had to go to JJ's. So I didn't do my 9 months because I got 6 months 6 months parole because I had to go to like a head judge with the wig. So he said you can get out in 6 months, but then you have 9 months parole. So I done really, really well. But at the end of getting out of juvie, I always acted up. Don't know why. I don't know. I was like very excited. So I got out and then I go to back to the refuge. They take me in again. And then I have to go every week to JJ's, like juvenile justice parole, where they say, have you been on drugs? Have you been on alcohol? How are you going? And if you don't show up, they breach you and then you go straight back to juvenile justice. But I used to show up drunk there. I used to like be so bad. I didn't really care because I had no figure there to show me like that's not okay. I had nothing. I was ratchet. I was such bad.
Do you know
So
what you were
bad.
doing? You were screaming, help me, effing help me. That's
Yep.
what you were doing, and you
Yep.
didn't get it. So we have a childhood that is less than perfect. We have a adolescence, which is further traumatized by being placed in a juvenile detention center. Did you like being in the juvenile detention center?
I loved it.
I bet you did. I reckon that's why you acted out upon release, because that was a safe place. Rules,
was.
regulations, food, kids that are like you felt seen probably.
Yep. Yep. But there was an accident in the juvenile justice at the like middle to end of me going in and out. That was not okay. But everything else about it was good. Was amazing.
What happened that was not okay?
What do you call them? Like a screw security guard there did something that was not okay towards a female. So me.
Not you though. Not you.
No, me. They did it
Toward
towards
you?
me. Yeah. But they shouldn't do it
And you
to a
reported
female.
that?
I didn't report
This?
it because I've only reported it now because he told me if I say anything, I'll be straight in my room for like 3-4 days, no TV, no forks, no nothing. Does your head in when you got ADHD in one room?
But this is a sexual assault?
Yes. Yes, it was.
One time?
Mm-hmm. one time.
I'm sorry, Samantha.
That's okay.
Was that your first time being physically assaulted? So through whether it's physical assault or sexual assault, was that your first time being violated in your life?
No, no. I've had multiple. So when I was in the refuge, I've always had, they used to touch me on the bum. They used to like call me sexual names. They used to watch me through the cameras when I was like getting out of the shower, going into the like bathroom. There's been a lot of that in my life, but I didn't realize that's actually not okay
No, because no one
until
told
this
you.
big episode happened. Yeah, no one told me.
Yeah,
Nope. And I still,
yeah,
every
yeah.
day it comes back to me thinking, he shouldn't have done that. That person shouldn't have done that. That person shouldn't have locked me in the bathroom. There's so much. Because we're all young, we don't know.
We don't know. Kids
No.
are educated through day-to-day practices. They're educated by what they see around them, by the way the people behave around them, by the verbalization from people to them, which creates the person they see inside of them. That is how
Yep.
your entire personality is built. It's not just innate, it's environmental.
Yep, it is.
So, Samantha, what about substance abuse? When you came out of the juvie, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. What about substance abuse?
Yep.
When you came out of the juvenile, was that when the substance abuse started?
Yeah. So I was still drinking, smoking, doing all that stuff, hanging out, but I said I said to someone, I said, I want to do something harder. And then they're like, oh, you don't want to do that. And then one day I come down from Nowra to Wollongong. I was walking up and down the streets with my refuge person. So with the other young person out of the refuge, we were just walking up and down the streets and this guy like came down on a skateboard and we're like, yeah, that's so cool. Like, what are you doing? And he pulled over and couldn't really speak properly, but because we were drunk, we thought we could understand. He's like, you want to come back on the boat? So we went back to his boat. And then from there, I had my first ever taste of meth.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
that's at 14? How old are you at that point?
14. 14 or 15.
14, young. So marijuana is a checkout. We all used it. Traumatized kids absolutely used it. Meth, a new form of checkout for Samantha. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not here at the moment. I take the drug, I'm removed from reality.
Yep.
Is that how it felt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
did it make you forget your trauma? Did it for a moment?
I felt so good. I felt really happy.
Did it fill any holes in your heart at that point of taking it?
Yeah, it just felt really good. Made me happy and it like actually calmed me down. So at the time I was thinking, this is working for me. This is working, but didn't work. I can't even explain how like I thought that was medication for my ADHD because I was just so level-headed. But I really wasn't level-headed. I was like crazy. But reality I was really bad. Lost weight, had a black tooth, had really bad hair. I only noticed after I got arrested from my mugshot. It was bad. It was
So when you
bad.
look in the mirror, you wouldn't see this.
I'd see
You
beautiful.
wouldn't see it
So
in the mirror.
beautiful. No.
Oh, okay. So then when you would go back to your refuge, did they try and get you support to get you off the drugs?
No, they basically because we were an hour away from the house. So I rang them at like 7 in the morning. I'm like, can you come get me, please? Like, I can't get home. I'm stuck. They didn't come get me. So I hitchhiked back home and I walked in the door. I passed out. Well, before I passed out, I said, can I please have some food? They said, it's not time for food. Passed out on the floor. And then they said, you need to get up and go to your room. Got up and went to my room. They said, you can't leave your bag on the ground. So I got up from like half a daze, picked it up and went in there. They didn't check in on me. No, nothing. They never actually offered me any help.
That's
I
the
think,
common story. That's the common
yeah.
story. Because these resi homes, I'm not going to speak to New South Wales, but in Queensland, they are not for profit. They are for profit. They are businesses who absolutely make bank on
Yep.
the state government funding. So I'm not sure, again, I can't speak to New South Wales, but in Queensland, per child, per night in one of those homes is $800 minimum per night, per child,
That
to $1,300 per night, per child. That's what the system pays those companies.
that's a lot.
Child safety pay for you that night, exorbitant fee for you to be told it's not time to eat, get to your room. I'm not checking on you. I'm not picking you up an hour away when you're in distress. So where is that money going? It's pocketing into the business. It's pocketing because these are absolutely making bank on Resi
Yep.
Care.
I think they were trying to like put a thing in for us, like if you do this, we can't do this, and that was making us extra like angry. We were striking out even harder. They even put like in the cars, they put a thing up, like a barrier. We had to sit in the back. We had gates put up. We had
Like a
locks
police
on it.
car.
Yeah,
Like a police car. Oh my God.
yeah, because that's how bad
Oh,
we were
babe.
getting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you were arrested and saw your mug shot, what was the change for you? What made a change?
Well, because I've been locked up more than like 12 to 15 times. The last time I got locked up, I was 17. I said, "Can I see my mug shot?" They showed me all my mug shots. They were so bad, from an alcoholic to a pothead to a meth head. And I just saw myself going down the line. And then when I got out, I was actually this was the last time I got out. I got in at 17 and like a half. And then I did 6 months, got out with no parole. And then before I got out, I asked to see my mug shots. And that's where I was like, reality bad, so bad.
Set in. It was a
Yeah.
visual. It was a visual timeline of your distress, trauma, and drug addiction.
Yep.
Okay, so how did you get help? What did you do?
Well, I went after I got out at 18, I got put with my foster mum, Ray and Barbara. Ray and Barbara, and then I couldn't live with them because we butt heads too much. And then I went to my nana's for a couple of days. She was absolutely awesome. She always is awesome. Then I got put in a refuge in Coniston. Um, I was drinking a little bit every now and then, did a couple of like puffs, whatever. Um, and then I got into a housing commission 6 months after I left juvenile justice. And then, yeah, just I was really bad at first. And then I said, I can't do this anymore. I have a dog. I have a house. I don't want to disappoint my family. I don't want to disappoint myself. So I went and applied for all jobs, being a dish hand. That's hard work. So, yeah, that was like basically 18. I was going out, drinking, stuffing up. And then the other rest, I was like, nah, I got to work.
So this was internal, and it was you came to breaking point and went, to make a change, there needs to be change. You need to
Yeah.
do it yourself. You got no support. Holy heck.
Yeah.
That's some serious strength inside you. Okay, so we worked. And then did we have good friendships around us? Did you ditch the people that were smoking?
No. Oh, so basically I had a girlfriend. She was doing drugs behind my back and doing really bad stuff. We used to go out. She used to leave me all the time. This was on like a weekend. And then like I was working and stuff. And basically after a year and a half, I got rid of all them people. And then I moved to like Corrimal, a new housing commission house, because where I was just all fights, all in brawls, like people knocking on my door, offering me drugs. I don't even know these people. And I cried to housing commission, like, you need to get me out of here and into somewhere else. So I got moved pretty quick into,
Safe. Somewhere safe.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so when you had the new place in the housing commission, did it feel finally like you could breathe?
Yeah, it felt really, really good. It was nice for a bit.
Go on.
So I moved there. Everything was going good. I was working close to my nana around the corner. And then 3 years after, I relapsed. And then like I was getting people coming to my house. I was doing a lot of drugs. I was doing like alcohol. And then it was just so bad. I nearly lost my house and I cried to housing, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to harm myself. I don't want to be here anymore. Um, and then they said, if you clear your act up, we will move you. And prior me asking that, I actually had these two girls come into like my life and they really helped me get off like the drugs. So I was looking after them. I was looking after myself. We had a fallout, but that was okay. We're still there for each other. But then I got a house, like a full house in Berkeley. So cool. I've worked so hard to become where I am now. So yeah, it's really good.
And how did you start your thrift shop?
So I had a business partner at first, and we always used to shoot ideas because I had a cleaning business like two or 3 years ago. That was good. Got sick of cleaning, and I always think of ideas for a business. And me, and my business partner was like, "Oh, let's do a thrift shop or an op shop." I said, "Let's do it." Once that was in my mind, I was like, "Okay, we can get donations. We can
Hyper focus.
yeah, we can ask people for money." Like I went to over 150 like shops, events and stuff like that. Um and then I asked my uncle, I said, "Look, I'm opening a op shop, thrift shop. I'll be helping people with hygiene packs, like women in distress if they need to come in, if someone's following them. Like, I want to do everything." And they put money for the deposit of the shop. And then I started going around collecting clothes, got all the clothes. My house was full, got a shop. And then unfortunately, I connect with my mum like 6 months ago. She tried to fight me in my own house and she said she's going to ring the police on me. And I just freaked out and I was like, "Look, you need to leave the house. I'm not doing anything." Because she has schizophrenia. She was yelling, screaming, trying to punch me. So I rang the police and I said, like, she's trying to hurt me. Then there was an AVO. And then I got a domestic violence payment. So I got the domestic violence payment and they said I'm supposed to get cameras. I got cameras, I got locks, but with the rest, I actually purchased a lot in my shop and I feel safe here. Yeah. So that was really fast.
I need you to stay on that track. I need you
Yeah.
to every day just back yourself, head into that shop. I'm actually going to pack you a whole box of stuff and send it down because I have so many clothing items. And listeners, if you've got thrift shop items, only send Samantha good stuff. Don't send her your rubbish. Send her your good stuff. The other day she had a Zimmerman dress and she
Oh,
sold
yeah.
it for $4.
No, not $4.
You
Yeah.
needed to put more on that.
It was $30.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
$30. 30.
Yeah.
Still, I put on 50 next time. But I'm going to send you some dresses and I'm going to send you some different handbags and stuff. But the thrift shop is going to be amazing. I see all of your social media and all of the amazing clothes people are putting on and buying from you. And I know that you do service a community. Like you say,
Yeah.
this is a safe space for women to go. This is a
Yeah.
safe place for children to go. The
Yep.
way that you're giving back to your community in Wollongong through Thrift Avenue, I
Yeah.
need you to stay on this path. If
Thank you.
someone rocks up and says, "Would you like a puff?" Samantha says what?
That actually happened to me. That happened to me. Someone
Yeah, and what do you say?
gave her a hygiene pack and I said, "You got this. Don't go steal.
Yeah?
Don't go do this." And she's like, "You're so nice. Would you like some?" I said, No, I'm good. I'm a recovering addict and I will always be a recovering addict. So I'm okay. Thank you."
Yeah, you say
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
No.
It's been
Oh,
happened, it happened a
I am
lot.
just, I mean, I am sorry in my heart of hearts that you were not loved, nurtured, and protected the way that every Australian child, every child in the world should be loved, protected, and made to feel safe. You did not have that growing up. So there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that is why you behaved the way that you did. It's completely in line with trauma. It's
Yeah.
completely in line with somebody who's not getting the support that they need.
Yeah.
And that's a failure. That is a failure on the system.
Yeah. It is.
I moving forward for Samantha, I want to see you surrounded by people that love you. I want to
I do.
see you thriving in that shop.
Thank you.
Keep going, girl. You
I
are
appreciate it.
amazing. You have done an amazing job. The addiction is gripping. It is gripping because it feels good and it's a mental
Uh-huh.
checkout. I get it. So what would you recommend someone in care or out of care now listening to your episode and they are in the grips?
Hmm?
What would you say to them?
So, like, are they on the drugs or they looking at it? Like, how
They're
they?
either or. They are kids in care screaming like you
Yeah.
for help and didn't get it. What do you say to them? What can they do today?
Today, basically, a lot of people have anxiety and nervous, and you think they don't listen, but go to your closest, like, what do you call it? So you can go to a doctor, you can go to a women's health center, you can go to a chain, that's a youth program. You can ring Respect, you can ring the drug and alcohol like 24-hour counselor. There's so many services you
That
can call,
one.
but
That
yeah,
one.
yeah. But also if you have someone close to you within a family or a friend or even a mum's friend or like a friend and then their mum, talk to them about it because people love to help. People love to help. Just always ask. And if you can't ask, use your eyes. Just show them like how desperate you need the help. But you can do it. You can do it. Just put your mind to something else. It takes a while. I'm 27 and I've been
But
through the ringer. But yeah. Yeah. I don't hate on myself for acting out and doing everything. Lifeline's pretty good. But there's so many other ones as well. Yeah.
there's so many. So reaching out. So I think the point of what Samantha's saying is speak to somebody, a trusted person, and say, can you help me? Can you help me? I am in a cycle that I can't get out of on my own, and just be honest. Be honest and
Yeah.
speak about what you want. And the other thing I want to ask you, let's
Yeah.
fast forward 10 years. Where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing?
This is a hard one. I want to have my own foster kids, but that's in the future. But I want to be able to have a stable shop where I can expand. I want to have a foster kid or my own kid. I want to be stable in a house. I want to be fully okay. That's what I want to be. Okay,
What about better than okay? What about happy?
happy. Yeah. I don't
Content?
see. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
content. I want to be content. But at the moment, I'm like
content.
this.
Mm.
So yeah, I want to be content and happy and retire on a yacht.
Yes. I like that. I
Yes.
like that.
No clinging, just
Samantha,
some
thank
water.
you. I want to say thank you for opening your story to our listeners today. These kids in care really need someone to look up to. They need to know that they are seen and heard, and someone else has walked the walk that they are currently living or have lived. I want to thank you. I want to
That's
thank you
okay.
for being so open hearted. I know how nervous you were coming to talk to me, and thank you.
Thank you. I hope I did well.
You did really, really well, and you are doing well. And I'm going to send you a box of stuff. I'm going to
Thank
box
you
of
so
clothes.
much.
And listeners, it's the Thrift Avenue in Wollongong.
Well done.
Go see Samantha.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Once Upon a Real Life with Belle. This episode was brought to you by Active Flex. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you love this episode, go back and check out our previous conversations. There are so many stories you won't want to miss. Thanks again for listening.